Maybe if I would mute myself. Welcome everybody to Breakfast Takes. My name is Ed, also known as the Dad Head, and with me, my good friend, Mr. Mayor, where we talk about
And
anything and everything Carolina, Carolina specific. That's right, North and South Carolina. Welcome everybody. I am exhausted, and I'm already starting early with my Red Bull.
uh-oh. Well, I've got my coffee, and this morning I've got my Ralphie cup, my oat
Nice.
fudge. Yep.
Oh, fudge.
Yep. I'm getting in the Christmas spirit. I've got my Christmas stuff out. Got my Christmas coffee cups out.
I love it.
All kinds
Absolutely
of
love
stuff.
it. Welcome again. Like I said, everybody, it is very early. Who lowered the outdoor time? Man, listen, I don't know what's going on. I thought for a second I was back in Cleveland.
I know.
Well,
Tell me about it, Phil. I'm looking. It's 22 outside. It's not that in here, but it's 22 outside.
I got
So,
you beat, homie.
oh, I know. You're normally 10 degree difference from me at
Yeah.
least. So
I'm
you got to be probably 7 or 8 minimum now.
It feels like
Oh, I didn't even go. Feels like.
yeah, it is, but it's currently 16 degrees out here.
Okay, mine feels like 13. What's your feels like?
It doesn't say anything. It stopped.
It feels like nothing.
It feels like you're dead. Okay.
Yeah, right.
That's what it feels like. It is horrible here. So, really quick, guys, just so you guys know, what we were just looking at the little spam museum gift shop. We are both fans of spam. I'm wearing my spam hat today, and I was like, technically this is a bootleg spam hat. You know what I mean? So, but I want to get an actual spam hat, and then we went down the rabbit hole. There's spam hoodies. Did you know that there's a spam apron on the website as well?
And a backpack and sunglasses. They got 3 different color: blue, yellow, black
Socks.
sunglasses with spam on the side of them. I mean,
Yeah.
everything's spam. Flip-flops. You
So
name it, they probably have it.
we are going down the rabbit hole of spam, and I think I might have to ask the wife for couple of these things for Christmas. Like I'm to the point where like I just want crazy funny things for Christmas nowadays, just so I can enjoy them. You know what I mean? Like I mean,
Yep. Rhonda said she still has some things to get me for Christmas. I'm like, well, this might be the thing she gets me for Christmas. It's a couple of these items here.
right?
Yeah, I might need a hat and a hoodie, or a hat and a t-shirt and a hoodie, or something, some combo.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, just something like that. Like I asked for a watch calculator, the Casio watch calculator for Christmas. I was like, babe, listen, we're to the point where like I'm very blessed to be able to buy the things that I want, and I'm very happy with that. Right? I'm very blessed. So I was like, listen, just give me some of these funny things because I think it's hilarious.
I know, I do the same thing. Oh, that's what makes it hard for her to shop for me, and she'll say that. She's like, "It's hard to shop for you because if you see something you want, you just usually get it." And I'm kind of the same way as you, blessed that we were able to get those things. And I remember the first year we're married, looking at the checkbook, seeing there's 56 cents left, and we got to make it till Friday.
Dude, listen, the
I
struggle.
mean, we don't even, you don't balance a checkbook as much anymore like you used to when everything was paper. But and thankfully the balance doesn't get that low, but
Right.
it's still it's hard for her because she's like, well, if you see something, you just get it. So
It is true. That's the thing, though. It is very true. Like yep, I want this. This is what I just want it, and let's go from there, right? So, and there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely
Right.
nothing wrong with that. So, I tell my wife, let's get some funny things for myself. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
I think I sent her like a picture of a hoodie, some like 1 or 2 watches, like, and they're not even like these watches are like less than $100. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Like literally like Casio watches. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We were just talking about it. I just got myself a new one. This is
That's
the
nice.
Casino Royale, right?
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. You know what I mean? Like I told you, I've been going through this like digital detox.
Yep.
We
Kind
know
of a
having
nostalgic retro phase.
Well, I'm on my nostalgic retro phase, and I have not been wearing my iWatch. The only time I've actually worn my iWatch is to go work out. That's it.
Right.
Other than that, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what you probably guys have noticed. I haven't been answering you guys as fast as I usually do because I'm not getting the notification on my
Right.
watch. So,
Well, I need to get to that point too, because most of the time I'll get something from you guys and I've got my phone in my hand already. So I need to take a hint from you and put it down and step away a little bit more often.
Right, exactly. So, but that's where we're at. We're on spam edition here.
Yep,
These spam socks look amazing. Have
they
you seen the
do.
socks?
Yes, the socks are awesome. I mean,
Flannel pants.
yep,
So
and the
it's
hats.
amazing.
There's so many good hats on here for all you guys out there like us that love hats. There's a ton of different hats, all kinds. They got trucker hats. They've got patch hats. They've got all kinds of stuff. They got beanies and
The
hoodies and
I love the
t-shirts.
I have it on my cart. I'm not kidding. All right, I got it on my cart right now. Three things. Okay, I got the spam hat, the spam can hoodie, and then the got spam T-shirt.
See, now you've picked the 3 things I want too. So, we might end up looking like twins here because
It's
I love that "Got Spam" t-shirt when I saw that one. So, yeah, I might
it's
have
very
to
retro, right? Because it's very,
yep,
the it's not full yellow. It's like, very distressed T-shirt, and I love it.
yep.
And so, but there
They've
you go, guys.
they've even got fanny packs, so
Oh my god. I already have one, a good one that I wear all the time because that's where I put all my gear for when I'm out and stuff.
yep.
But yeah, that's what we're at, guys. Well, so welcome again to Breakfast Takes. This is our almost 10 minutes of talking absolutely nonsense about anything that is not related to Carolina sports.
That's right. Oh, yeah, well, it wasn't a good weekend for most of, Carolina sports, that we have to talk about this weekend. I mean, we'll start with the Panthers really because we don't have any other stuff going on
Carolina
college-wise,
Hurricanes did
major
win
college-wise. We will
in
get to the Division II and the
we were
celebration.
close. We were close, Dottie, for the soccer.
Ugh. Yeah, and soccer, Furman, sorry, Phil. I mean, oh, man, Furman. Oh man, Furman soccer lost Friday night 3-1. I was making plans to be up there with you tonight
Yeah.
to see Furman play, and
But
uh,
imagine being in there and it's like being that freezing cold.
oh my gosh, did you see that? Speaking of that, I showed Rhonda a video of a guy at the Bears game at Soldier Field against the Browns yesterday,
Uh-huh.
opening an RC cola, and as soon as he takes the cap off, it starts freezing inside, and he starts pouring it into a
I
cup.
believe it.
And it was like icy by the time he got about halfway through it. He had to squeeze the bottle to get the rest of it to come out. It froze just like that. I was like, "There's no way I'm sitting there watching a football
There's
game.
not
I don't care what you can't put enough stuff on to be warm enough
Bro,
to
I
do
got
that."
to the point in my life where, like, you're telling me, I'm sorry, what's the temperature?
Right.
No,
Right. Yeah,
no.
you start getting into the numbers that start with a 4, I'm out.
Mhm.
5, it's gotta be like it's
5, we're
gotta be
pushing
a
it.
yeah, it's gotta be a serious game that I wanna see. I mean, we used to go play golf, and my buddy would be like, "Oh, it's gonna be about 47 when we start out." Like, "Okay, we're out there. It's gonna warm up." We get out there, sometimes it's in the low 40s. It's like, "All right, by the time we get going, it'll be in the 50s." I got to an age where it's like, don't even go below anything starts with a 6. If it's below a 6, I don't even wanna go
If
out
we're
and play.
golfing, yeah, like, it's like, give me the 60s. We're okay. We're good there. It's alright.
Yeah, 50s
Anything
is
lower than
pushing
that,
it.
yeah,
I mean, if it's 58 at, like, 8 AM when we're getting out there on the range, okay,
bro.
I can start.
Right.
No, other than that, no.
No. You got me all messed up on that one,
No,
right?
but Furman, I mean, Furman, they played a pretty good game, but man, they were just outmatched by Washington. I
And
mean,
that was
Washington,
yeah,
it was,
I was in the same boat as you.
yeah. I mean, Washington got a quick first, or not a quick. They got a first goal. Second goal was insane. Guy kicked it from other side of midfield, and Furman's guy got down there and he just misplayed it. Like it bounced and he misjudged something and
Yeah.
it bounced off of him and just gave the Washington guy a clear shot on goal pretty much. And they went up 3-0. Actually, they went up 4-0 and got a goal fourth goal reverse for offsides. But Furman came back and got one kind of garbage time goal with about 3 or 4 minutes left to go. But yeah, sorry. Yeah, hey, they made it to the Final Four. That's pretty impressive for Furman
For
against
Furman,
a
right?
lot of these
You
things.
took
Yeah,
it technically an FCS school, right? Going
right.
against some big Division One school. So
But
congratulations to Furman on a great season.
NC State got the win in
They
their
did.
game, and they're going to the finals. So they're playing at home, basically, in Cary there by you
Yep.
tonight for the national championship
Against
in men's
Washington.
soccer.
Yeah. Again, it's gonna be cold. Uh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. If it was Furman, I would have been like, "Yep, let's do it." You know what I mean? I'll freeze my ass off out there and have some fun. But no, I'm good. I'll watch it at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it tonight too, and see how they do because, I mean, NC State was a scrappy team in that game, and
Yeah,
yeah, they got into I think they got a couple of yellow cards if I remember right.
they
I don't
did.
have my notes on that, but they were getting into it because who was it they were playing? St. Louis maybe.
I
Oh
got see
shoot,
now
I
I'm
should have
looking.
that right in front of me, and I totally forgot to put that one in front of me. But anyway, it was good scrappy game. I did watch it, and good to see them advance.
Good for them.
Yep.
Congratulations, NC State. You are still alive. Your soccer team is better than your football team.
Yep.
There's always that.
That's right.
Wolfpack suck.
Right.
So, and you get to keep your head coach at NC State football. Congratulations. Gross.
Yeah. Good luck with that one.
But yeah, Phil, just wanted to put it out there. Yeah. Thermer said here, it's cold, it's stupid, and I don't like it.
Yep.
Hello, good morning. Thank you
Hello,
for
Sandy.
joining us. All right. So, I've we were both watching this game last night. In the afternoon yesterday, and I'm like, all right, they got this, all right, because it's the Saints, right? Like, I mean, the Saints are a hot mess, and I think the Saints have taken the mantra of just being spoiler
Yep.
at this point. Good for them. Congratulations on the Saints on winning the game. Carolina just couldn't do anything in the second half. Just they shit the bed, man.
Yep.
They only scored one touchdown right out of the gate. They went up 17, and then in the fourth quarter was all New Orleans Saints scoring 10 points. Well, Chris Olave came alive all of a sudden,
Exactly.
because it was the Olave show.
Yep. I mean, I don't know. I was excited because Panthers haven't played that many 4:00 games, 4:30 games this year. A lot of their games were at 1. So it was nice to have the later game, to see a little bit of football early and then settle in for that mid-afternoon window to just watch them play. And it's like, okay, you're right. The Saints beat them earlier this year when they shouldn't have either. So they already
Yeah,
had lost to the Saints once. And I was like, but this Saints team is bad. I mean, they got 3 wins. One's
for
against
now.
Carolina, but yeah. And they were 1-5 at home going into this game. I thought, it's this division game, so I wasn't thinking cakewalk, but it shouldn't be this hard of a win.
I was thinking of a 3-point win, and I would
Yeah.
have taken the 3-point win.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
you know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Because on last Monday we were just talking about this. We're like, all right, listen, it's really going to be going down all the way to the last game of the season with the Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because the Buccaneers have been hit with so many injuries
Right.
that the Carolina Panthers would have been able to take advantage of this, right? We never thought that the Carolina Panthers were going to lose to the Atlanta Falcons on Thursday night, because we both had the Bucks winning, and
Right.
then we were just talking about this afterwards, and we're like, this is a perfect opportunity for the Carolina Panthers to take a strong, chokehold on this division, right? You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
could potentially be in the playoffs, and they shit the bed.
Yep. They could have won this game and been up by a game on the Bucks, and then all they had to do was win 1 out of 2 against Tampa.
And
Now they
that
gotta
was
win
it.
both. Yeah. Now they gotta win both, and in the middle of that, they gotta beat Seahawks.
So they technically have to win, and that's what I put yesterday. I put it on Threads. I was like, listen, now, Carolina is behind the 8 ball. Now they
Yep.
have to win out in order to make the playoffs. Has
Yep.
this been a much better season than the year before? Absolutely.
Yep.
100%. Right? Because last year was just bad. And here, I'll read you some of these numbers, right? This quarterback went 15 for 24 for 1 touchdown, and the other quarterback went 24 for 32 with 1 touchdown as well.
Yeah.
Bryce Young was 15 for 24.
Yeah.
I'm just so we go back, and it's not his fault, don't get me wrong, but like his rating was 96, right? QBR 73.
He has those moments that kill you. He'll have the moments that'll win it for you. I mean, it's just you don't know which bag you're gonna get each game. In fact, I like to call it the broadcast jinx. That last drive, they put on the screen he's had 11 comeback wins to start the, it's like right before the
It's just
2-minute
like,
warning.
wow, there it is, done.
Yeah, it's just like saying, "Oh, he hasn't missed a kick in forever." They kind of did the same thing with Aubrey last night on the Cowboys. He's like automatic. What'd he do? Missed 2. Thank God he missed 2 for me in fantasy football.
Oh, by the way, what a hot mess the Cowboys.
Yeah,
We'll talk.
We'll get to the Cowboys.
We should jump into a little bit of the football because there was some disastrous games.
But to finish my point, so that drive, you can't take a sack. He had 1 sack on the day. He cannot take a sack in the 2-minute warning or in the last 2 minutes of the game.
You cannot do that.
I mean,
just throw it away. Throw it away.
That took them out of an opportunity to at least get a field goal or do something to put this game away. Go to overtime. They could have gone to overtime if they could have just killed the clock. Instead, they have to punt it, and they can't prevent New Orleans from coming down and getting a field goal to win it.
Do they? I think they were overthinking things.
Yeah,
because they were like, "Oh, throw it." Like, stop throwing it. Run the ball.
Yeah. Well, penalties, this is the other thing. This is what actually killed them for the game. And Dave Canales said it. First thing he said in the press conference after the game, penalties were the name of the game. Penalties killed us. They were 11 penalties for 130 yards. But not only that, the New Orleans got 6 first downs off of penalties. 6 times the Panthers committed a penalty that gave them a first down. You're just letting them keep the game going that point.
That last penalty.
Oh my God. Yeah, you cannot.
What the fuck are you doing? You know he's gonna slide.
He's coming right up the middle. All you gotta do is be in front of him. He's gonna go down. If it's this 2-hand touch with the quarterback at that point. Like, what are you doing?
And then you just throw yourself. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. As soon as I saw that, I said, Panthers just lost the game.
Yeah, because you kind of kept them back on the field goal. I mean, it was still close to range, but anything can happen from there. You give them another 15 yards, and you're putting it in the bag.
But that's like, but at the same time, that would have been like, that's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? A 15-yard penalty, unnecessary penalty that at that point was a cheap shot. Like I was, you know what I mean? And then they were talking about, they were talking this kid up. Yeah. Right, this kid from Ireland. I was like, this dude is kicking 60 plus. I'm like, oh, fuck.
I know they showed one of his kicks and warm ups from about the spot. I mean, dude, that thing went through midway up the pipes. He could have hit that from 70 the way he hit that thing.
Dude, it was stupid. Like you could have got.
Where did this kid come from?
which is a cool story. I'll say that. Like for the Saints kicker, very cool story, right? Because it's the international. Like they teach these international players the game of the NFL, and they get to learn it. Like he was a goalkeeper, right?
Yeah. Well, goalkeepers have to kick it down. I mean, when they kick it, they kick it. They have to get some leg into it to get it downfield.
Exactly. And the fact that they were able to do that, I'm like, holy moly, you know what I mean? And so I was like, that was it. It was done. I was like, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, there goes the opportunity for the Carolina Panthers to really, take solid first place. Like, right there. You were first place in the South Division, and it was yours because all you have to do is literally win one game against Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now, which, by the way, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers more likely is going to be limping into the playoffs.
Yep.
Right. And then they're going to be but Carolina Panthers are the ones who had the bigger opportunity. Like, okay, fine. You lose to Seattle and I got it in my comments like, oh, you guys are going to get your asses spanked by Seattle. Seattle didn't look so good last night either. So let's not get it twisted. Right. And so I was like, you gotta be shitting me, man.
I know. Between that last night with the Panthers and then the Cowboys game, I was on Eric's side with the kicking game. I was like, we got to do away with the kicking game. These guys are kicking it too far. I was like, man, this is crazy because it killed the Panthers. And now I am less than 1 point behind, but Brandon Aubrey got Justin Kish 14.6 points as a kicker last night. And I
You're
was
right,
like,
Phil.
"Oh my gosh, man." So I've got the Dolphins defense tonight. As long as the Dolphins defense doesn't go negative points and I
On
just
you.
jinx them,
Yeah.
but I can advance. So we'll see. Hopefully Dolphins defense against Pittsburgh tonight will do okay. But yeah, I mean,
Well, they'll
kicking
be out
game.
without TJ Watt. So TJ Watt,
Yeah.
dude, did you see what happened to him?
Oh yeah, he got the Tyrod Taylor treatment. The needle in the
The
lung.
dry needle, right? I was like, what's
Yeah.
lung? I'm like, oh my God, what the
Yeah. That's
so
crazy. Yeah, Phil,
hopefully
you're right. Raiders Nation. Oof. That and what's even worse about that was Max Crosby before the game. He was in the face of the camera when they were getting hyped up, so to speak, and he was like, "It's time to make a statement. It's time to make a statement." Well, he made a statement. It wasn't the one you wanted, but it made a statement.
I feel bad for him.
I do. He is on a horrible team, and I mean, Mark Davis is a joke to begin with,
So
and he is not his dad. He never has been, never
and
will
never
be.
will be.
And I mean,
It,
I actually I'll say this: I thought bringing Pete Carroll in wasn't going to go this bad. I didn't know if it was going to go good or not, but I mean, Pete Carroll's been a good coach, and I thought, well, it's the Raiders. He's got to make them better. No,
well, yes, I agree with you. I still think that it's the right move. I just think the quarterback wasn't the right move for them.
yeah, well, and see, that's the thing. I thought because he had been with Pete a little bit,
Yeah,
maybe it was going to click.
I got you. It wasn't. No. So I'll say this: with the Oakland Raiders, I think that they're setting themselves up for to draft Mendoza.
Still call them Oakland. Isn't it habit?
Oh yeah,
Just our brains can't process Las Vegas. I'm sorry, but that was.
You're right, 100%.
But I'm the same way. As soon as you said it, I didn't think about it. It took me a few seconds to realize what you said. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just because they still look to me, they are Oakland. But anyways,
Yes,
the
always will be.
Las Vegas
Them
Raiders,
and the A's will always be Oakland.
100%. The Vegas Raiders are setting themselves up to draft this kid Mendoza out of Indiana.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean,
I feel bad for the kid at this
I
point.
know.
He's gonna
It's
be
like
killed.
it's probably good for the Raiders. I don't know if it's so good for him.
So I was at a Christmas party this weekend, and I was talking to one of my friends who is a Raiders fan. I mean, this dude has been long time Raiders fan, right? He goes like, "Listen, I want to draft this kid Mendoza. I want him. 100%. But here's my issue. We need to work on this offensive line because the offensive line is so atrocious for Oakland that even this kid, God, the running back for Oakland, out of Boise State, can't get anything done. Like, I mean, they couldn't get
Why
anything.
can I not think of his name?
I know, right? Couldn't get anything done. Nothing. Nothing. And I feel bad, right? Because you're right.
Ashton Jeanty. Sorry.
Yeah, Ashton Jeanty he cannot get it running.
Yeah.
There's nothing he could do. I was like, you know what, dude? You're 100% right. You're 100% right. Like you need to, and obviously that's why they're at the top of the draft. It's because they're a bad football team, just like my Cleveland Browns team.
Yeah. I mean, Vegas needs to spend all their money on offensive line because you're not going to have to pay your quarterback for 5 years.
No.
So you draft this quarterback, you better overspend on your offensive line. That's all I got to say.
Sure.
I don't understand why any team doesn't put the offensive line first. I mean, they always say the left tackle. You need more than left tackle. You don't need to just pay the left tackle. You need to pay 5 guys a boatload of money to protect your quarterback, no matter who he is.
Thank you. Like, I mean, I know that's the
receivers are a dime a dozen, defensive backs are a dime a dozen, linebackers a dime a dozen, defensive end rush. There's so many guys that can do that. There's only so many guys that can protect the quarterback.
Like legit
protect the quarterback.
100%. I mean, look at the bad teams that are at the top of the draft, right? Look at the top 5. They all have issues with offensive line. I know for sure that the Cleveland Browns have issues.
I would take $100 million and tell my team, here's $100 million budget for our offensive line. You find me 7 guys that I can get for $100 million that are the best at their position so that you have 2 solid backups somewhere.
You hear this? You hear this?
He's just baiting me, and I'm not going for it.
Good on you. Good
Yeah.
on you.
He's
Because
not
that's what
going
he does.
anywhere. Dabo's got enough he's got enough to keep him busy at
You got
Clemson. He's
enough
not
issues
going anywhere.
already at Clemson to
I
keep him
don't
busy.
let's not say that now.
He does. I'm sorry, he does. I'll call it. You won't, but I will. No, but you're right though. Like there has to be some offensive line, and it's just, you know what? I'm actually going to look at this now because I'm just, let's take a look here. So the teams that have been eliminated already are you got a good amount of teams that have been eliminated from playoffs. Which, by the way, one of them, you know which one it is?
What?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, that was a bad injury yesterday, but yeah.
Yep, automatically you're done. You know what I mean?
So, speaking of that real quick, I saw this interesting fact I told Rhonda last night after that happened, after that game. So, this year is the ninth is Patrick Mahomes' 9th season.
Mm-hmm.
He tore his ACL. If the
Oof.
team is out of the playoffs in his 9th season, and he's got 3 Super Bowl rings.
Ouch.
There's one person in NFL history that's done the exact same thing.
Who?
Tom Brady.
Really?
Tom Brady, when he went out and Matt Castle came in for him, that was Brady's 9th season after winning 3 rings, and they did not make the playoffs that year. That's a crazy, weird stat right there. There are 2 people in NFL history that have done it, Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. And that's not one of the lists you want to be on at all. But it was just crazy, the symmetry of things like that. I mean, you always think of these things that are just like crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, so here we go. So I'm going to give you the top 5 teams right now in the draft. All right, you ready? And by the way, there's only 2 teams that have clinched the playoffs already. There's only 2.
Yep.
And that's the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Rams. Those are the only 2 teams that have clinched a playoff spot as of today.
Right.
However, the top 5, number 1, the New York Giants. They got their quarterback, right? They got Jackson Dart, so they don't need a quarterback.
Right.
The Tennessee Titans, number 2, right? They don't need a quarterback either. They got Cam Ward. So those are 2 spots available right there for you, someone to trade up to this spot to get themselves a quarterback. Then you got number 3, the Las Vegas Raiders. They need a quarterback.
Absolutely.
Number 4, the Arizona Cardinals. They need a quarterback. I have a feeling that Call of Duty Kid is not going to be there after this year.
He's going to get called to a different duty somewhere else.
Yeah, he's going to be called to duty somewhere else, right? And then number 5 is the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns, in my opinion, don't need a quarterback at this point. Don't even bother in looking at a quarterback. Shedeur Sanders is a good kid. He, you can build around that. Here's another team that needs help at offensive line. Start working that offensive line. But if you want to say, hey, let's get him an offensive weapon, get him a wide receiver. You said there's diamond numbers. I get it. I understand that part. But like, let's say that they want to get him a wide receiver. This kid out of Ohio State will be perfect for that, right? Because Jerry Jeudy needs to go to Siberia.
Dude, how do you catch that ball on your chest and let the other guy? I mean, the guy didn't even take it away. The guy was still trying to tackle him, and the ball just falls in his lap.
Jerry
Jeudy's chest.
And then you give Shedeur Sanders shit the last week about his play, and then you go in and you turn that in. You need to go away and just go away. Like, you talking all this shit, and then you did nothing. So I need you to go away, right? So listen, at this point, you got some teams right now that need some serious help. The New York Jets, another team that needs some serious help at quarterback as well.
Yeah.
So this team might be one of those teams that might jump into the 1 or number 2 spot to get themselves a quarterback.
Absolutely. Yep.
And
they got to find a way to do that for sure.
Again, I feel bad for some teams this week, but you still there's some teams that are still alive in their in their division,
Mhm.
in their conference to make the playoffs. So, there's some of them are still alive. You got the New England Patriots who I'm surprised they haven't clinched their division because they lost yesterday to
Right.
the Bills.
Yeah. I mean, well, the Bills are on the comeback. Let's see if they can keep coming back. They've
Well,
they've had a rough season
yep, but they're
compared to
10
what
and
they're
4.
yeah, I mean, they put themselves in a weird position getting back to 10-4 from where they were.
Agreed. Agreed.
But they're getting there, so
All right, so let's take a look at. So you got the Denver Broncos. All right, Portnoy needs to go away. Who gives a shit about that dude?
oh my gosh, yes, Portnoy. Jeez.
He was like, "Oh, it goes through." It's no, you know what?
I
It could have happened to a better person.
I know. I saw that video and I didn't see it until Schefter or somebody shared it. Maybe it
Yeah,
wasn't Schefter, but somebody shared that video after the late in the game or whatever after the comeback. And I saw it, and I did see he put up an apology video too because he did what he did. But I commented, I'm getting bad habits from you. I like to start stuff now,
starting shit. I love it.
and that one really wasn't starting something. But I did comment on his first video, and I'm like, this is called a jinx because that's exactly what he was doing at
Yeah,
the time. You were jinxing your team by
the
going
two
off on
teams
it.
that he roots for, they have not been a good weekend for them
Exactly.
because he's a Michigan fan, and that's a
Mhm.
lot of shit going on over there.
Yeah,
And
you
he's
should
a
just keep your
Patriot
mouth shut
dude.
on
Shut
everything at this
At
point.
this
Yep.
point, shut the fuck up and don't say a word. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so, yeah. All right, I'm gonna read the AFC conference right now, really quick here. You got the Denver Broncos, who just clinched a playoff spot. The New England Patriots, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Um, oh, that's all I'm gonna say. Pittsburgh Steelers are 7-6. Baltimore is right on their tail at 7-7, but they're still, they head of the division. The Los Angeles Chargers have been a really good team. Then you got the Buffalo Bills, Houston Texans. The Colts are still alive somehow.
I mean,
Uh,
Rivers didn't do bad yesterday.
I want to talk about this one, and we'll talk about it tomorrow also on the DSC Sports Show. But you have a guy who is my age, by the way, my age, hasn't played in 5 years, going up to Seattle, and you almost beat the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. Yeah, had them on the ropes. They had to kick a field goal to win that game late.
Brother, I'm not, this is gonna sound bad, but he looked like he's been out of football for 5 years.
Oh, yeah. Now he'll look better next week because he's had this time. But yeah, he realized, I think, real quick it was a different game now too.
Yeah, oh yeah. My dude looked like he's been eating one too many hot dogs at the football games on a Friday too. My wife was like, "Who is that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's Phillip Rivers." She's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Well, it's for him. I mean, one for him, it's fantasy camp. It's a chance. I mean, any of these players will tell you if they had a
Yeah.
chance to go back and play one more game or a couple more games, they would take it no matter what. And
Mhm.
most of them would. Not everybody, but most of them would like jump at the chance to be like, "You're telling me I can play maybe 4 more games
Yeah.
at minimum?" Okay. I mean, and more if you go out there and you do something and you can get them to the playoffs, that's bonus.
Mhm.
So yeah, anybody's going to take the chance. I heard the craziest or read the craziest story about this whole thing because everybody's talking about, oh, he's resetting his Hall of Fame clock. He doesn't care. He could care less. That's an
You don't give 2
automatic. He's going to
shits.
get in the Hall of Fame whenever. That just
Yeah,
means his kids are going to be older when he gets in. That's the only
he's a
thing that means.
grandpa right now. Who you don't give 2
Exactly.
shits,
But
bro.
this is what I heard, and this was what was funny because I think Trey Wingo or somebody commented on this. And somebody else, former player, it was oh shoot, what was the longtime backup quarterback at the Saints, forever.
Chase Daniel?
Chase Daniel confirmed this on Twitter. He reset his insurance clock. NFL
Oh,
players
yeah.
NFL players get free insurance for 5
5
years
years.
after they retire, and then they have to pay for it for themselves. Dude's got 10 kids or whatever. He just reset his insurance clock for 5 more years. That's what
What
he
a
did. He came
smart
back.
move.
He came back to take advantage of the NFL, not anything else. He came back for free insurance is what he did. That dude is smart.
What a
He gets to play
smart
4
move,
more
dude.
games in the NFL, get paid, and get insurance for 5 more years.
How
That
awesome is
is
that? He goes like, "Oh,
dude's winning.
you want me to reset my clock again for 5 years for the NFL, Hall of Fame? Alright, whatever. Do I get insurance for 5 more years? Yeah. Done.
Yeah, I can get in when I'm 44 or 45 if he wasn't first ballot this year, or I can get in when I'm 50 and still
Still
have
alive."
still alive and got insurance for 5 more years that I'm not having to pay with my millions of dollars I've already made.
Smart man. I'll take that. So congratulations to Philip Rivers on resetting your insurance. Um, alright, so let's move on to the NFC because the NFC, it's a little bit lot more clearer that, for these teams than it is for the AFC. So you got the Los Angeles Rams, who, by the way, they clinched their division. The Chicago Bears, who absolutely walloped the Cleveland Browns yesterday. And by the way, Myles Garrett is on the verge of breaking the single season record for most sacks by a defensive player on a shitty ass team.
Right.
So there's that. I'm sorry, man, but you took the money too, so you could have left.
Yep.
Then you get the Philadelphia Eagles, and then you get the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 7-7, who are, ahead in the division right now, right? After that, you also have the Seattle Seahawks, 11-3. I think they're pretty comfortable there as well. They have not clinched the division because they're a wild card team because of the Los Angeles Rams being ahead in their division first because they're 11-3. You got the San Francisco 49ers at 10-4, which, by the way, they looked good yesterday.
Yeah, they did.
And the Green Bay Packers, which not good for the Green Bay Packers.
Right.
They just lost Micah Parsons for the rest of the year.
Yeah, that's bad too. I mean, these guys taking these ACL injuries this late in the season, that's awful.
That his was also a non-physical, like he was just like moving. And
Yeah.
then whoop, there it goes.
Yep. And that's the worst part for a lot of these is you're just moving around and something you step wrong or something slips wrong or
Yep.
jams and boom, it's done.
And then you're done.
And the Achilles injuries, because with a couple of Achilles injuries they've had in the season, that you're just rolling back and all of a sudden, boom, there goes your leg.
Correct, exactly. So there you got that. Then you got the Detroit Lions at 8-6. Our Carolina Panthers 7-7. And right below the Carolina Panthers is the regular season champions, Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
Couldn't happen to a better team.
Right.
Couldn't happen to a better team. They're talking all this shit like they don't need Micah Parsons, they don't need this, they don't need that. They're a better team now. Nope, you're not.
Yep.
You're on the verge of getting eliminated.
Yeah, they've got let's see who they've got coming up here. They got the Chargers at home.
Forget it.
And then
Chargers are playing good.
At Commanders, at Giants. So yeah, they could get eliminated this
they could technically get eliminated if they I think they could get eliminated if the Chargers beat them. If I'm not mistaken.
I would think so, because that would put them at 6-8.
Yeah.
Because they got the tie. Tie, or 6-8-1, I should say. They have that tie, which is weird. But well, it's not weird. I mean, we grew up with ties. You don't see it much anymore, though.
You don't see them anymore. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so we'll see. That half game difference of a tie could mean something, but I don't think so. I don't think Philadelphia is going to let them catch them in the division, and that division's not going to have two teams make the playoffs. So,
Jerry's the only one that's talking about not needing Parsons. Terry, you know this already, man. You know Jerry lives in Jerry world and only cares about Jerry.
Yep.
Jerry convinced himself that he doesn't need Micah Parsons. He didn't need anybody. Everybody's like thinking about like, what is going on? What are we doing this trade? Blah, 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 blah. And you said, man, listen, intra-division team as well on top of that, which is the weirdest. Yes.
Exactly.
I think that once you get to a certain age, you need to step down from a position of leadership. It's just how it is. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. When it comes to the corporate world, when it comes to sports world, when it comes to politics, once you get to a certain age, bye, Felicia.
The Cowboys are at the point where somebody needs to take his driver's license from him
Oh
in his
my god,
car.
that would be hilarious.
I mean, that's what they need to do. It's like, Dad, you're not driving this car
That's it.
anymore.
You're done.
You're done.
Dad, you're no longer the GM of this team.
That's
Like
right.
you can't we can't keep doing this.
Oh
Like
my gosh.
you're no longer making sound decisions. The problem
Exactly.
is too his son goes out there and makes stupid comments as well,
Oh yeah.
right?
He learned it from his dad.
That's what I'm saying. He learned it from Sid. And then, they've said this before. They've openly admitted that the Cowboys are an entertainment team. That's what they are.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like, so that for them to really care about anything else, they don't care about anything.
Well,
Be-
outside looking in, and Terry can probably confirm this because he's closer to the situation. I think the daughter would be the best one to run the team, to be honest. I don't know much about her. You don't know much about her because you don't hear from her.
Yeah.
But
Probably by this time.
obviously, Steven is an idiot like his dad. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Because I'll say this: look at what in Indianapolis, the owner's daughter is doing. Irsay, yeah, his daughter is running that team the right way right now, from what I can see.
And all this shit that she got, right?
I mean, she's down there taking notes at the beginning of the season, and people are laughing at her. I'm like, no, she's down there figuring out what she needs to do, so she knows what she needs to do. She's still letting the people that make the decisions, but she's getting involved, and yeah, so she's making good decisions, I think.
Super was when the team valuations come out. It's true. 100% true. The Cowboys have not cared about a championship in so long. It's kind of funny to see that. But you're right, though. Irsay's daughter has been doing it the right way. And she got so much flack for like being on the sidelines with the headset on and taking notes. I'm like, good for her.
She's learning. I mean, she hasn't been doing this like Irsay had for years. She's trying to figure out. She's not going to keep doing that. She's just trying to understand what she needs to understand to be able to make the decisions and make sure people don't bullshit her. Yeah. I think that's what she's doing. She's probably making sure that the people she has running things don't give her a bunch of stuff. And she's like, oh, okay, that sounds feasible. And they're just BSing her. So
yep. Which, you know what, though? I'm good for her. Like, and at the same time,
it's her money. She needs to make sure she spends it right. It's her team. That's right.
Listen, if we're going to sit here and say that the Cowboys can do whatever they want because it's his team, or the Raiders or the Cleveland Browns or, these other bad teams, then yeah, we can say the same thing with the Indianapolis Colts. And good on her. Do your thing. She hasn't really said anything about it. She's just like, yeah, no, I just want to learn, the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what a better way to do it. If you listen, and let's not act like none of us would have done the same thing.
Yep.
I'm the owner of the Colts. I would have been doing the same thing. I'm there with a headset trying to figure it out.
Exactly.
The last Cowboys Super Bowl I have recorded on VHS cassette tape. I'm not hating on the Cowboys because my team has never won the Super Bowl, right? I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. Not hating as much, but it's just the Cowboys have an opportunity to be so much better than they really are. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yep. You're right, Hart. Yeah.
Yes, he's made more positive front office moves and roster moves in a year than my Raiders have in the last 2 decades. Same with the Cleveland Browns. Again, I cannot hate this because I have nowhere to stand on this. You know what I mean?
No.
My team is funny. The one that gave a full contract, $250 million contract to a quarterback that doesn't deserve it. So I can't talk.
We got some Raider fans following us, so that's a good thing. I mean, hopefully better things come to the Raider fans because they deserve more than what they're getting right now out of their owner for sure.
The only thing I'm going to give him flack on is that their stadium looks like a Roomba. The Raider Stadium. That's it. Other than that, I have no hate on them, on the Raiders, on the Vegas Raiders. I got to keep saying it more and more.
Yep.
I know it's been a couple of years now, but it's Vegas Raiders.
I saw the best thing yesterday too about the Cowboys drought, and that is that John Cena graduated high school, went to college, played football, became a wrestler, did all the things he did as a wrestler, became an actor, went back to wrestling, retired, all in the time since the Dallas Cowboys won their last championship. his entire life
Jeez.
since even in high school has happened since the Cowboys last won a championship. Starts putting stuff in perspective when you have stuff like that thrown in your face.
If you were to ask a Cowboys fan or a Raiders fan, what they want for Christmas, it'd be funny to find out exactly what they want. Most likely they'll tell you they want a new ownership
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? I
Absolutely.
just want to win, baby.
Well, you'd say the same thing about Cleveland.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. So
It's funny you say that. So there's a report that came out for the Cleveland Browns that if they were to fire Stefanski, which at this point I'm not mad at, I'll be honest with you. Like I can't defend him anymore.
yeah.
But they're looking at Robert Saleh, defensive coordinator for the 49ers. I'm like, I'm okay with this.
Yeah. I could see that. I mean, you got a solid defense. You got the best, one of the best defensive players there is.
Yep.
If not the. Yeah, that's not a bad thought.
I just need to. You need to start with the GM first. You need to get rid of the GM first there because he has done absolutely dog shit of nothing.
I mean, if you're Robert Saleh, though, do you want to have the second team you're head coach of be the Browns after you were with the Jets? I mean, you're not getting handed the key. I mean, it's like dad bought you one used car, now he's buying you another one. He's not getting you a new one.
You're going to use Honda Civic on this point, all right? God, I'm sorry. It's the truth. You're getting a used Honda Civic. It's funny. I'll say it. So what did you guys think of the Rivers comeback? Some of the historians against that Seattle defense were insane considering his age and the time that he had away from the game. I thought they were unlucky to lose. Listen, 40.
The last comment I agree with. They were unlucky to lose. He got them back, and they got the field goal late in that game. I think it was in the last 2 minutes of the game that he drove them down, got a field goal, and I thought, oh, they're going to win. Then I looked away, and I come back to it, and I saw they'd then given up something to allow them to come back and get a touch or a field goal to win it. They were very unlucky to win or to lose that game because I thought they had it won when he drove them down for that last.
Listen, at the second half, at the beginning of at the halftime, I was like, "Oh, all right, okay, Andy, you may get the win on this one, right? Congratulations!" I was saying it's like, full transparency, I thought there was going to be a train wreck.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be much worse than this because, like I said, I didn't watch the game. I flipped over to GameCast just to see because I saw the score.
Yeah,
was they were only down by 3, and I was like, okay, it's less than a minute to go, and I looked down. I think it was actually fourth down or third down. It was third and something or fourth down and something, and I'm like, okay, this is taking a long time. Are they going to get a field goal out of this? And then they did, and they got their field goal with 47 seconds to go in the game. How in 47 seconds do you let Seattle go down there and get a field goal? Come on, man. Y'all got to do better. In 5 plays. They only went 25 yards in 5 plays to get a field goal.
46 someday. I'm with you 100%. He doesn't get a pass. Does not. All right. He does not get a pass. 44 years old, though. You know what I mean? Congratulations on going outside, Phil. Not doing that.
Good luck, Phil. He's headed off to school. Teach some kids.
Go ahead and teach some kids. All right. I agree. Rivers gave it everything he had. I was part of the effort. It was a heartbreaking loss. 100%.
Yeah.
And that's your team, Patrick. So listen, I had Seattle winning. I picked Seattle. And just for the simple fact that it was going to be Philip Rivers, but it wasn't Philip Rivers who's actually lost the game. He was, and then this comes, a lot of people are going to say this with, negative connotation. I'm not. He was a game manager.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what the Colts needed. They needed somebody to try to hold down the fort and maybe hold on to the season and see if they can, Seattle's a tough try to get.
Right after you lose your 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah. I mean, that's a tough game for him to come in and try to get. Problem is the next 3 games are just as tough.
It's just as tough. I mean,
they were trying to hold on and see if they could get a playoff spot. And you asked Philip Rivers to come in and get you some wins. I mean, they've already lost to the Chiefs, the Texans, and the Jaguars in a row before this game. They had the Seahawks this weekend. They got the 49ers, the Jaguars, and the Texans coming up. I mean, dude, that I don't care if you got your starting quarterback. That is, what is that?
Tough row.
That's a 7-game stretch. That's I don't care who you are. That's a hard stretch this year. That's the
Listen,
worst of the worst. I mean, you got that had to be the hardest schedule right there.
and the Texans put 40 on the Cardinals,
Yeah.
right? And so the Texans move up now. They're second in that conference. And so I feel bad for the Colts. I mean, I think they were like, all right, listen, we don't feel too confident about this game, but we can at least try to steal a game. If we can steal this game, then we can set ourselves up pretty good.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen. And
Yeah, because
congratulations again to Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, I mean, if they get to that one, they're still at 9-5 with the Texans, and anything can happen potentially.
Yeah.
So.
Again, I go back to like what you said. He just reset his insurance for another 5 years. Congratulations, Phillip Rivers.
And the thing is, he looked at the schedule and he's like, "Well, if we don't win any games, they can't blame me. That's a hard schedule anyway, and I'm just trying to manage things. So, as long as they're not getting blown out because of him, then he's done his job."
So, all right, guys. Again, we will keep talking about this one because it technically also the Carolina Panthers are not dead yet.
Yep.
They have not been eliminated. They still have a shot at winning the division. I don't know how good of a shot is, but they, you know what I mean? I think it's pretty safe to say that they can still have a shot if they were to beat, the Tampa Bay Bucks coming up next week and also Seattle. So we'll see. We'll get there. But we need to talk about two things really quick, okay? We need to talk about the Celebration Bowl, South Carolina State.
Yep.
Okay. And then we need to talk about Newberry.
Yeah. That went bad fast on them. So yeah, we for you guys that are new out here on the chat, tune in Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear a lot more NFL talk. We'll have the other guys for the DHC Sports Show. We just want to try to finish out today with a little bit more of North Carolina, South Carolina sports here, and we'll start with Newberry because that was a bad one, and we'll finish on a good note with South Carolina State. So yeah, Newberry Ferris State, FCS playoffs. I had not high hopes, but I had better hopes for them than how it turned out. I mean, the weather was nasty,
gross.
It was
up in Michigan.
I mean, for the first half, it looked like both teams were playing in or on an ice rink. They were just trying to.
They were slipping and sliding everywhere,
and stutter stepping. I was like, oh my gosh, this is kind of crazy. But it worked the Ferris State's used to that, and it worked in their favor. Reed Sharpie for Newberry, who's had a fantastic season, did not have a fantastic game. He was 30-48 for 348 yards passing in that mess. Problem was he threw 5 interceptions. And 4 of those interceptions turned into 28 points.
Terry, I was going to let him talk about Newberry, but I had Ferris State winning. I'm not going to lie. I had them winning because Ferris State is a tough team. They've been so tough the last couple of years. This has been one of the top teams in Division II.
I didn't expect Newberry to win this game. I just expected them to show better,
to show up a little bit better.
Yeah. I had no illusions of them winning this game. I mean, anything's possible, but this is the stat that'll make the difference in this game because of the weather, and this is how powerful that Ferris State is. They only threw the ball 14 times the whole game. They were 8 of 14. They had 2 touchdowns, 143 yards passing. You're like, that's okay.
Yep.
Yeah. They ran the ball 55 times for 368 yards.
I'll say this. And there was one thing that I was a little disappointed in Newberry in. It was, did you see that last play? Almost like one of the last plays of the game.
Yeah. I watched that whole game.
When Ferris State scored that touchdown and then he ran and then these two dudes just walloped the quarterback, the Ferris State quarterback.
Yep. That was frustration.
That was definitely frustration.
All that was frustration. Totally frustration. Newberry had 384 yards passing, but they only ran the ball 18 times. So it was a total game of opposites. Newberry, they're built on a passing game with Sharpie, and it just in that weather conditions, you can't throw 5 interceptions when you give up 28 points on 4 interceptions and they only scored 49 points. I mean, you take that out of the equation, it's a whole different, closer game. But Ferris State was used to the weather. They were prepared for it, and they are built for it with that running game. The next game in the playoffs for them is going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's congratulations again to Fair State. They're, it's one of my favorite logos that they have in college football.
Oh
Like that
yeah,
red helmet, it's awesome.
absolutely.
But Newberry, like at the end, and I get it. Listen, I understand you're getting walloped and they're scoring on you. I get that. I understand. But you gotta be better than that. You cannot let your emotions get the better of you.
Yep.
And he was already inside already scored.
Yeah,
There
I
was
mean, he was
no need for you to go ahead and did what you did. None.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, game was pretty much over at that point too. That's just you can't be doing that. So
So, congratulations to Fair State. That was a dominant game, and that great win on that.
yeah, that's going to set up a championship game between them and Harding. Harding's
Harding.
undefeated.
Mhm.
Harding beat Kutztown 49-27, and Ferris State beat Newberry 49-17. So that championship game between Ferris and Harding is going to be awesome.
I cannot wait to see that game.
That's gonna be
Cannot
a
wait to
great
see
game.
that game. Then you got and we'll talk about more of these into details, guys, later on tonight at 8:30 p.m. Uh, definitely want to tune in. Okay. But John Carroll, out of Ohio, like
Yeah.
University Heights, Ohio, beat Berry College 21-13, and then you had Johns Hopkins putting an absolute wallop of a game, 40 points on Susquehanna.
Yep.
So,
Susquehanna.
Susquehanna. So there you go. That's as much as I'm going to talk about this because
Yep.
that's more for tonight. But we needed to touch on Newberry just because they are, in the Carolinas, and that we
Absolutely.
needed to talk about that one. So,
And then the last one we want to talk about is South Carolina State getting the win in the Celebration Bowl. Shout out to South Carolina State. Now that game was a heck of a game, back and forth. I mean, South Carolina State lost their quarterback in that game early, and he was a transfer from James Madison. He was just trying to get one more year in
yep.
from James Madison, and so yeah, that was that. This game went 4 overtimes. Put it that way. Now, I will say this. Stubblefield came in for South Carolina State, and he got them rolling as a backup quarterback. 15 of 29, 234 yards. He threw one interception in overtime, which cost them the first overtime. But luckily for them, Prairie View missed a field goal attempt as well in this overtime. So after the second overtime, you have to go for 2.
Yep.
Neither one of them could get a 2-point conversion in the third overtime. They both got stopped. Fourth overtime, South Carolina State pass play to the corner. Guy reaches for the pylon. I'll be honest, that's a bad call. I mean, I'm going to take the win, but I think they missed that call. They reviewed it forever. I don't think he got the ball across the line over the pylon. I think he was clearly outside the pylon when he stretched. Technically, that should have been out at like the 6-inch line. But they reviewed it, gave it to South Carolina State, and Prairie View on their next play got blowed up. And
the original call was touchdown, so they were trying to look for anything and everything to say that, to overturn. So a lot of times,
clear evidence.
Yeah, they need to find clearance. And I think when they say call stands is we didn't find anything. You know what
Exactly. I mean, and they're in an NFL stadium, and they've got more cameras. They had an overhead shot looking straight down at that play.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you can look at that shot and not say that ball was outside the pylon. But anyway, South Carolina State gets the win,
right?
40-38 in 4 overtimes, and exactly. So they're national champions for 2 times in the last 5 years now. So.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Terry. That's the thing. It's like last night. I mean, going for a field goal when you're down 8 and there's like less than a minute or so to go in the game, and I'm like, are they playing for the betting line here or what?
Oh yeah. What was
they
that
were playing?
one?
They were playing for the onside kick. So
yeah, they're trying to get some points to get them closer, and I get it. I understand. Yeah. So people are gonna say, well, the betting, and I'm like, no, it's not betting. It's just you hate to see it, but it's the truth. You know what I mean? So,
Real quick too, just for Carolina sports, your Canes,
yeah,
Carolina Hurricanes went
dude,
4-0
they were
on the
losing
week.
early on. They were losing 3-0.
They won 3 games, the last 3 games, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. They played back-to-back Saturday, Sunday against the Flyers. They won all 3 games in shootouts.
I'll tell you this, the last night game, I thought Philly had that game. 100% I thought it's
Yeah,
like, well, can get them all, right? I
yeah.
100% thought that they were gonna lose that game, and I go to bed, and it's like, "Alright, whatever, it is what it is." I wake up and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
That's right. I know, I was going back getting the scores for the games because I had not looked at that with everything else going on, all the FCS
Yeah,
football,
yeah, right.
the state game, all the NFL. It's like, okay, I hadn't really paid attention to the Hurricanes this week, but yeah, I mean, 3 games by shootout was insane for the week.
Shout out to the Charlotte Hornets, by the way, they beat my Cleveland Cavaliers as well in overtime, 119 and 111.
There you go. Hornets have been I don't know.
We
I'm
haven't
still
gotten into
trying.
the Hornets in too much just because we really I'll be honest, like,
They
that's, like, the
haven't done
least
anything really.
sport that I follow.
Me too. And I want to follow the Hornets. I want to do good. I mean, they're 8-18, so they're not good at all.
No.
Um, but they have Con Knippel is a shooter, and I want to like them. I want to follow them. I cannot do LaMelo. I cannot. I'm sorry. LaMelo Ball. Nope. So one of those things where, I think Ed has frozen up on us here right at the end, so he's gonna have to hop off for a second. But, yeah, guys, I can't do LaMelo Ball. Um, I want to try to get back in the NBA. I tried last year. If they just could get some better players and have a better team, it would be a whole lot easier to follow them. So, um,
I'm here.
you almost made it. You almost made it to the end.
Made it.
If we'd have cut off at 7,
We
it
would have
wouldn't
been
have
good.
we'd have been good. So, yeah, I was just saying I can't do LaMelo Ball.
I
Uh,
can't. No, me
I can't.
either.
But Con Knuppel, they got a couple of pieces there if they could build on it. So we'll see how the Hornets go. I pull for them because they're here locally, and I started following them back in '89 when they started. But they're just
Uh,
a bad team.
my first NBA jersey, we talked about this one, you and me. Larry Johnson.
I found mine. I sent you a picture of where I found mine. It's actually downstairs in a box. I was going to bring it up here this morning. Maybe I'll have it next Monday morning. We'll
There you
see.
go. Okay. I still gotta get me a Charlotte Hornets hat. I don't have one. And so we'll see. But guys, thank you for joining us tonight. It was good talk today.
Tonight.
Today. It's still dark outside.
Yeah, that's true.
We go
That's
with
true.
that. It is
Facts.
way too early in the morning. Thank you for joining us today, early in the morning. Breakfast takes. There's some good talk. We'll see.
Yep.
I don't have a lot of hopes for the Carolina Panthers. Going to be completely honest. You know what I'll say about the NFL, and I'll leave it with this. I'm glad there's new blood.
Yes, absolutely. It's time for some new people, new teams to
Yep,
follow, not the same old in there. So time for a change.
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, make sure you guys come back every Monday morning, 6 a.m. for breakfast takes, North Carolina, South Carolina sports. And we're getting into a window here where there's going to be a lot less of those sports to talk about until we swing around to baseball in the spring. So we're not
Which
far from that.
we got to talk about some baseball. We'll talk about that some as well. So, but joining us also tonight at 8:30, okay, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Break Even Sports, where we're going to be talking about some soccer. Both our teams not good this week. Yeah, both La Liga and the Premier League. So
Well,
we'll
my
talk
La
about
Liga team, they're the only ones that did me right.
my La Liga team postponed their game, so they did me right or wrong. So it doesn't really matter at that point.
Bayern loses or not lose. They pull a draw against worst team on the table. So
Yep. And so we'll talk about that in the FCS playoffs, Division 2 and Division 3. We'll talk about that tonight at 8:30 and then tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the Dad Hat Chronicle Sports Show. We will see you guys then. Take care, guys.
bye.